Hello, my name is Chris Oppenheimer, and this is Real, Raw, Authentic, volume number 9. And I'm here with Josh Hani, and he is my video guy. And when I started this podcast a couple months ago now, it was really a vision, and he showed up, and here we are. He had a passion at 19 years old to do what he's doing, and at 51 years old, I've been wanting to make a difference, and it's time to get real, raw, and authentic about a lot of things in life. And Josh, a couple of weeks ago, I was in Mexico for an ayahuasca ceremony, and we've had a couple conversations about that. And last week, we brought up the fact that Mary Kay came up in mine, and I originally told people I had a conversation with her, but I didn't. It's like, you always ask, ooh, what kind of a trip is ayahuasca? Yeah. And it's like, the longer that I've had to sit and think about it, it was intense, but if it was a trip, it was a trip in a way that I got out of it, what I put into it, which was an intention. And I think what I've got out of doing all of this stuff is you've got to have an intention. And my intention was, what's the right way to go about business these days? It's like business doesn't seem right with me. Yeah. I feel like people just are chasing money, or they're doing a job because they need the money. And it's like, you can tell when somebody has a passion for what they do. And at 51 years old, I want to make a difference, and I'm building my own company and own brand, with botany, and I want to do it right. And it was like, I went in with the intention, what's the right way? Am I doing it the right way? And I've had good mentors and bad mentors. And I guess one of the greatest mentors came up in my experience, and thankfully the bad mentors didn't. I'll mention one bad mentor that I had in life. His name is Fred Stevens, and I don't really think I should mention a lot of names, but this is my podcast. But he was a mentor. I helped him build a company and a brand and the security home automation business. And he ran away with the contracts.
Wow.
And stole money from my parents and promised to pay back. And, I've got a friend, Brian, that's trying to, it's like he's manipulated a lot of people. The state knows, everybody knows, the tax collectors, everybody knows this man's done wrong, but he's still roaming the streets.
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah. I've had people in the past too that with that happen. We had a guy, home builder, come to our place, my parents' place, and that he actually did half the job, said he was coming, took our money and left, and then he's in jail now. But
got him in the right place. The guy I mentioned, he needs to be, and we've tried everything over the last 5 or 6 years. Imagine building a company and somebody takes those contracts, goes to sell them, and then runs off with the money.
Yeah,
wow, who does that? But then, there's beautiful experiences of business people as well. And, I think the late Mary Kay Ash, she used to send me letters growing up. I met her when I was 8 years old, and all through my life and adulthood until she passed, she would send me letters. And, she was part of my family. She was my mom and my mom's mentor. And, I think why she came up, and it's not that she came up, it was like, you say, what do you see? It was like these little visions, but she's all about pink. And it was just, I could see these, like she was just floating around. But what was coming to me were all the things to do right in business. I've read her books. I've read a lot of great books over my lifetime. And it's like, okay, at what point do we know enough that we just need to go out and make a difference?
Yeah.
At what point do we stop reading books, stop learning it all, stop watching all the podcasts to learn the right way to do things, and just go live? When does that happen?
That's a good question, to be honest. You never really know, but I feel like, obviously, a lot of people say actions speak louder than words. And so when I came to you and you said you want to start a podcast, I came with the equipment. I didn't come with, let's start it next week. Let's start it next month. I came with the equipment and we started it.
I had an intention to start it. You got that.
I got it.
Your intention was, here's the equipment. Let's go.
Yeah, let's start it.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And absolutely. Here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so that to me is what business should be moving forward in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Instead of looking for people, I think we need to start speaking what we want and watch the universe begin to bring it to us.
Yeah.
What happens is so many talk about what they don't like. And guess what they get? More of what they don't like in life, you know? And so, you know, one of the things that I learned from Mary Kay through my mom and the teachings is, you know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That was a message that I got. And it's like, wow, if people would just get back to that.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think about what's going on in the world right now with this vaccine that a lot of people have taken. And it's like, where is the fair business in that? Like, as far as I'm concerned, if one human being doesn't know that that wasn't FDA approved or experimental, then how can a major drug manufacturer get away with not being responsible? And we're watching people. I'm watching my own father just be on a roller coaster, cancer one day, not the next, sick this day, organ failing this day. You know, it's like, we've got, and nobody's going to know anymore. Was it the vaccine? Was it cancer? Was it this? We've got so much going on. And so I just had to back up. And when I went to the jungle, I was like, what is the right way to do all this?
Yeah.
And it's really getting off the social media, the platforms, and getting out and working with people. And yes, we've got to share the right messages. I hope somebody gets my passion, gets what I'm trying to do, and shares this message with another human being so that we can start making a difference in the world. It's not about me or my company or brand. It's like, how much are we going to keep throwing money at these companies that say they're doing good for us? I mean, I look at the Coca-Colas of the world, and I'd like to buy the world a Coke and make it harmony. You know, they made us feel all good about getting diabetes, and they're not responsible for it. And then new things come out, and they want to put a new product out. And I mean, all these are great ideas and companies' intentions, but we've gotten away from what matters most. And it's just like when you go into the store and you see gluten-free. Half these things don't even need to be gluten, but people think that because it's gluten-free, it's the right thing to have. I mean, that we have been marketed to a point.
It's a societal kind of thing.
It's sad. We've been marketed so much. Like, I want to get to the point, like with botany, our bottles, it don't say all the things it is, but it's vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, kosher. Those are the things that people want, but we shouldn't have to market it. People should know that's the brand we can trust.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And people have got to get back to working with people and brands that they trust. But we keep putting money into these systems that aren't helping us. Why are we stuck in that?
Yeah. I want to ask you a question so that way people know that we're not just speaking out of thin air, because Mr. Chris here, should we talk about the drug addiction and stuff like that?
Sure. We can talk about it. Hey, we're real. We're raw. We're authentic. Ask me any question. I'm going to share.
Mr. Chris, back in the past, he's told me about this. He had a drug addiction, and he came back from that. And is that kind of the reason why you started Botany Scientifics? I did kind of want to touch on Botany Scientifics since we are talking about business.
Yeah, you bring up a point about business that's important. And it's, you know, I have ADD, okay?
I as well do.
Okay, yeah.
So we both have.
It started with Adderall in my late 20s. I'm 51 now, right when that drug came out. And I remember a friend specifically saying, Chris, don't start doing that. And then the next thing you know, I was sitting at a table doing math, and then I'm smoking it. And the next thing you know, I'm slamming it, you know? And it's like, wow.
What is slamming it?
Shooting it up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, just need to clarify for the viewers.
Yeah, like I put myself in some very uncompromising situations in life. And through all those experiences, I know that we can harm our bodies, but I also know that this is my vessel. Yeah. This is my temple. And what am I going to begin to do to make a difference?
Absolutely.
And I think we've got to stop listening to other people, and we've got to start following people that are living right.
I think, that's a huge thing that what I've noticed in my business experience, because as you guys know, I have a media marketing company and stuff like this. You kind of are the people you hang around. If you hang around with a bunch of losers, you're going to be a loser. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of how I do business. Obviously I don't like, if you're a loser, I'm not going to hang out with you. You know, if I want to have fun, like I'll hang out with certain people, you know?
So let's not call them a loser. So it's not, no, we all are going, we're all on a journey, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I've been pointed to and been called a loser a point or two in my life.
Yeah,
I probably
so
still am. You know what I'm saying? But the point is a lot of times what people don't like about us is what they don't like about themselves.
Yeah.
And when we become clear about that, then everything else is cool.
Yeah. But yeah, back to my point, I feel like to some point you are who you hang around.
Correct.
You
Absolutely.
Know,
You're some of the 5 people you hang around the most.
So if you hang around 5 millionaires or 5 people that are passionate about what they do, you're going to be passionate about what
Strongly
you do.
Believe in that.
Yeah.
And if you're hanging around people that don't have passion, it's like my mom always told me there's 2 types of people in the world.
Yeah.
There's people that give you energy and there's people that take away your energy. And then there's people you walk away from and you're just equal, you know, and that's a good sign. But if you're around somebody and they're always having to give and give and give, and they're taking and taking and taking, it's time to step away and claim your energy.
Like you need to have a balance of like less give yourself away and then more.
Correct.
Like,
we're a source of energy. We've got to be that energy for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of how I sold. Well, not really sold. I don't really like to use the word term sold, but when we first met at 54th Street, I tried to give you a lot of energy, and you were definitely passionate about that. And I mean, that's kind of how I sell a lot of my business is through energy, and that's how a lot of people should sell is energy and positivity. And
that's I mean, if you're not like-minded, or they don't make you a better person, it's just like relationships. Is that person allowing you to become the best version of yourself?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times we sell ourselves on the idea that, oh yeah, it's working, it's great. But really it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really step back and really look at what we've got going on in our life, we've got to start being real with ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just like with business. We've got to get real about what our intention is in business. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing it? What is your purpose? And how are you making a difference in the world? And I get that's everything I'm giving. And it's time for new companies and brands to step up and be the example in the world, because a lot of these companies, as we know them, they're being exposed for what they've done and are doing to us and how they manipulated us. And we're in a place where it's a new world for us to create something special. And,
absolutely.
And I just appreciate you taking on this podcast. And you know, we've got some great things going on, and I just invite people, if you're ready to be real, raw, and authentic about any subject, that's what I'm here for. That's what I want to create. But yeah, you know, do things to better yourself always.
Yeah. We talked about a lot of great things on this podcast, and we did talk about college and education and stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to follow what you like doing, and that's it.
Follow your bliss.
Yeah,
you know, it took me. I'm 51, and I'm just finally figuring out exactly what I want and what I do not want.
I don't know if you heard or seen Gary Vee. He's a big motivational person. I used to watch him when I was younger, but he always says that, you know, you never really know what you're going to do. A lot of my friends right now, I feel like I have it figured out. You know what I mean? But I don't, you know, I never really know where I'm going to go in life. And I feel like that's where you kind of said you were going with it. And
well, that's the exciting part, is you never really know. And that's living in the moment, because you're not worried about what's behind you. You're not worried about what's ahead of you.
You had a ayahuasca experience like that, where you were like, you didn't really care about, what was that? The gombo or whatever. Yeah. What's the ceremony that you were like, you didn't care about the past, you didn't care about the future.
That was just the combo. Like when I did that 20 minutes of intense with the frog.
You didn't. Yes. Yeah. You didn't care about the past.
You even asked before, what was it like? You know, and there was the lady sitting next to me, and she chose to do it on her leg. It's like you choose to wear it where you've had pain or problems or issues.
What was that about? Why did she do it on her leg then?
I don't really know her whole story. Okay. I was in my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't care about the
but
past,
I just
future.
know that she was next to me and that she chose her leg, you know, and
I gotcha.
But I am the person that always wants to know why and what's the intention. And I'm sure I did ask her and I forgot. Because, you know, it's like, I'm always asking why, but I think we all all need to start asking the question why.
That's a good point. Very good point. That brings us back to why all these companies are doing these crazy things. Why? That's great.
Yeah, there was at one point during my ayahuasca ceremony that I was so intense with the whole business thing and doing things right. And I had this big gallon and a half jug of water, and I was drinking at one point of the night. I kept wanting a glass. I don't want to drink out of plastic anymore. I mean, it was just, I kept getting these little things like, we got to get back to the glass. It's like during the bubonic plague, none of the wealthy people died. They thought it was because there was something special. No, they were drinking out of silver goblets, eating off of silver plates with silverware, and the silver was leaching into their food and drink, and boom, they were healthy. I mean, we got to get back to the things that people have been using for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and go make a difference in our communities.
Absolutely. And I think that's what you're doing with botany as well.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's something I saw when we first met, was trying to make a difference. And, well, that's pretty much all the questions I have for you. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just, we've got some exciting things. My friend Melissa, I haven't talked to her yet, but, she's the amputee friend of mine, and she's, her video, our podcast with her has done very, very well. And she's got another friend that wants to come on and share. But what I'm finding, business once again, is the middle class is struggling. People are either poor or rich. We've got to build our middle class back. And I think that's why it resonated, is so many people are on the brink of being middle class to poor, and they want to just be middle class to where they need to be in life. And I think that's what I want to be in life, is I want to stand in the gap of where people are and where they want to be. Mm-hmm. And I'm just blessed to be able to get something out there to inspire somebody else. And so thank you, Josh, for helping me put this together, because I know that we are going to make a difference.
Thank you for being my
guinea pig.
Yeah.
Never done a podcast before. And now you got to teach me how to turn some of these clips into some things for my Instagram.
So we can post
some
TikToks. And
we got to start doing that. But hey, if you like what you see, follow the podcast, share it with another human being that really wants to make a difference. And if you've got a story that'll move, touch, and inspire another human being, come on, let's talk about it. Let's make a difference in the world.
Thank you guys for watching.
Have a great day.